imagine living like I wasn't immersed in a movie star type atmosphere, movie maker atmosphere, because I was like raised with that in my field of vision all the time. I was
being a photographer that drives around trying to take pictures of celebrities, and that's your job to make money.
What's that?
That's all you do is you drive around. You're like a leech. You just take pictures of people, like in certain instances, like when they're about to put spaghetti in their mouth.
Pussy out, party with your pussy out. I like it when you scream and shout that shit. I like it when your bitch.
And stuff like that. Like that's your life.
Yeah.
And you don't think anything is like
your consciousness, your awareness. Who knows? But I do know through negation that you're not the person you've been led to believe you are. Self-inquiry is a systematic body of proven knowledge that looks at experience and knowledge from the point of view of consciousness and form all the basic reference points you use in your day-to-day. You really need an impartial guide, not your own interpretation of experience, because ignorance can make what is false seem to be real. Because, my friends, you are the last person who should be an expert on who you are. Life is but a dream. It's what you make it. So if you choose to be, you can be in my life. It's about love.
Nothing about it. So what? So what?
Call me sir, right?
Hold on. Here's the thing. I can ban and unban, if I could, when I get my computer, whoever I want. And let me tell you, Resto, the machine lies, that guy, Wolf, will never get kicked out of here. There you go. You can call me a tyrant.
Wow, now
You
I
can
have got
speak.
I've got carte blanche to do whatever I
Okay,
want.
so Resto, you were
He called you a
busting
simp.
bars when you first came in here. Oh, you're definitely an Izzy simp. You're definitely simping
So
like
what?
hardcore,
Biggest
bro.
Izzy simp.
What'd you just
So what?
say?
What you gonna do about it?
Men, this is how to heal your wives. All of your wives have a copper and iron deficiency, which is why she had an issue of the blood for 12 years. What helps to reverse that? Have goat milk for all of your young maidens, for all of your women. Proverbs 27:27. Just adding the salt back into your offerings and the milk of the goat, as well as the fasting 12 hours a day. Because women, you don't want to fast past 14 hours a day, or you're going to make your BLOOD issue worse. You start following these protocols and not eating until after 9 or 10 a.m. And this is going to be marrow. It's going to rebuild the marrow in your bones. Can't show you the research because I won't even be able to share this information if I tell you what that milk of the goat does. You think King Solomon was playing? Have goat milk for all of your young maidens, all of your home, but especially your young maidens. Is anybody listening to me? Hello? Hello? What you're doing is fixing the gut-blood-brain barrier. And remember that your gut is the second brain. This is your immune system. If you don't take care of your gut, if you don't use the goat milk, your women won't really be able to heal. I'm sorry. I said it. And don't forget that we were given the herbs for the healing of the nations. And when you consume these herbs, they get rid of inflammation. We're fixing the body's gate. At the same time, we're fixing the BLOOD. But we have to fix it through fixing the magnesium and the copper deficiency, the top 2 deficiencies in the world. Oh, is that the 3rd leading cause of Earth? Oh, that's right. Let's get away from the petroleum-based system of life. Let's get back to the aura, right, to the Torah that helps to heal.
For the people of Taiwan, that's an anecdotal story, right? Real enough. Because even when our actions are harsh or terrifying, the ultimate motivation is love for others. When you have to do, when it comes down to it, is protect the people who are weak and innocent. And then when the real roasting comes in, is to punish the people that are wicked, right? That's love, because you're protecting somebody. Look at the goddess Matsu. She was catching bombs for the people of Taiwan. That's an anecdotal story, right? Real enough. Because even when our actions are harsh or terrifying, the ultimate motivation is love for others. When you have to show discipline and hold up your boundaries, it's out of love. Yeah, since our society keeps breaking down and things are moving faster and faster, it does seem like love is declining on that. For others, it's declining on many levels, on every level almost. Maybe it was when the materialism that the Iron Age brought. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's worth examining love from a philosophical perspective. I did it before on a Kant live stream. A machine came up. That was cool. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. You're talking about Sekhmet? Yeah. I heard that. I'm thinking about Brahma right now. So, because Brahma is a name given to the ultimate reality, the source of consciousness, which is self-emerging, we could say, unceasing, boundless, one without a second, without end and beginning. How should I go on? Let me see. Outside of space and time. However, it's also incorporating the entirety of even a tiny sliver of this infinite moment we're in right now. Jivas were they call them the individuated souls to this, what they call it, the Akashic record of memes.
But
Bro.
I think the time they were tyrannical and I had to be careful with any given thing like comic books, music, whatever. I think that's what would help me be a more initiated DJ. Like that restraint from the music and only being able to hear and listen to some stuff at friends' houses and stuff. By the time I was free to do it, it's what made me real about just being a good DJ, making good art, stuff like that.
You didn't take that shit for granted. You didn't take it for granted.
Right.
Because once you finally got your freedom, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom and shit. Bro, that I listened to the Talcott yesterday, bro. Like on my way to school, on the way back. Holy how about this? Holy cow.
Right.
That's
such a deflection. The holy cows.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had everybody up on there, bro.
Some hosts with their following, they don't realize they have those little cues. Like he doesn't realize he's informing the chat to feel away or look at things away every time he says holy cows. It's like initiating it's like a a hypnotization that is setting people, that now every time he says, holy cows, man, he's saying, I need y'all to take this rhetoric with it now.
Yeah.
And then all the people that showed up after me, all the people that showed up after me are orbiters just looking for their chance. That's why the panel became that garbage panel of Flow State, Based Oracle, Cynthia, Wizard. They're all garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, when I woke up this morning, those guys were on there.
Yeah, I can confidently say that they're garbage because they're the ones that have been around as long as me, and this is where they're at with it.
Yeah. There's nobody that you like feel like a peer to on those old school people?
Most of the good people are either gone or don't follow me to where I'm going to do these things. Some might even scold me for still taking part, but I mean, in our public and private talks, you know that there's all a method to it all, that if I were to spell it out, it would be like your wife picking out your clothes for your first date. You can't let that happen. You have to show your wife you're that guy. If I spelled everything out to these people, they wouldn't get it. It's why Jesus spoke in parables.
Yeah.
You have to feel like you came to the conclusion to an extent that it was your idea.
Right. But with saying that, it's like you actually respect your audience, whether they know it or not. You know what I mean?
I love everybody, you know.
You don't spoon feed them.
I know, and Jack's telling me I'm not accepting of love, that I don't know how to love. I love everybody like Jesus has instructed me, but they're angering me when I'm trying to help them. It's like my first live ever was just me talking, and nobody ever thought I was going to go live. It was my first live ever, and it's called You're All Fighting Me to Race to Hell, as in you're pushing me down to get to hell before me. And I talk a lot about, like, it's like you're falling into an abyss, and I have one arm free to grab you, and my other arm's holding tight to an anchor. And as I'm trying to pull you up, you're like slicing my arm and cutting my arm off from pulling you out of this abyss. That's what the whole community has basically done over the large scale of time.
Wow. So you are all fighting me to get to hell? That's what it's called?
I forget how I worded it, but it's still up. It just has my picture like this that you're talking to, because all the stream was me sitting on my couch, just like a test run of me going live, and I just talk. And I think I occasionally noticed people were in the chat. But yeah, I just spoke my words and my thoughts, which I've ended up being popular for doing. And that was my first stream where I was talking about trying to help you guys, and you hate me for it. And then if I say I'm trying to help them, they're like, oh, arrogant, pompous.
Yeah.
Like none of the homeless people I've handed Subway to call me arrogant or pompous, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The whole thing about like the chat, that was actually like my second donation I ever made on Super Chat, bro. And
yeah, I appreciate it.
And no, it's all good, bro. Like, I mean, I give it because it's like I value the content, and it's not like I'm rich or anything. But then again, for once in a long time, I actually have a little quote unquote extra money. And but I'm curious, bro. Has anyone else like drop like big donations on your channel before?
Well, that's
they should if they're your fans.
Somebody tag in Donald Trump. Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. I'm asking you. Please save me. Please save me. Please get these people away from me. In dear God's name, please stop these people. They're breaking. Told you it would be broken. Yes, sir. I'm not doing anything, sir. I'm a believer in the Lord. I'm the Lord's child. I promise you.
Do you have any ideas what happens?
No, I have no idea.
Anything? Yeah.
But and I've learned to like be okay with being uncertain and not knowing. And so when it comes to like a lot of conspiracy things, I'm, number one, right in line, but I'm also okay with saying, I don't know, maybe, or this is what seemed to have happened. And maybe
Yeah.
it was this, maybe it was that, but I don't know
I
100%
don't
for
know.
sure.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think that this is what happened or what the motivation or reason was, but I don't know 100% for sure. And I'm
Mhm.
not going to like, get super upset or mad trying to defend it if somebody has is, giving me an alternate or different viewpoint. And that's an entire practice into itself, which isn't always easy.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to, well, I understand now because everyone's on their own trip or, in this life
Sure.
we leave. And I always found it weird, like when my a good friend, I was in his wedding and everything. He was like the manager at this home human resource place, and I was assistant manager. We were boys. We're still good friends. And I remember at a time though, he was studying to become a pastor, and we're talking about these things, and he goes, though, even though like I love you and you're like my boy and all that, like if you don't accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, you're gonna burn in hell. And I was like, what? What the hell, man? What the hell? What's going on, yo? Like type of shit. Like it's like,
Right.
damn, bro. Um, those type of people, I see them more in this little sector I'm in over here on the internet. They call it the panel verse, where there's a lot of ortho Christians and stuff, Christian nationalists that they go wild with that shit so much so that I don't even know what their stance on spirituality is because they're like nitpicking little things instead of like going deeper and finer into what they actually believe being true or not.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
It's tough, man. It's and when anything goes to an extreme, it gets a little, it gets interesting.
Right. I like
It's
that
out
word
of
interesting. You
balance.
taught me that a while back.
It's out
If
of
something's
balance.
difficult,
Right.
you use the word interesting. Yeah.
Ah,
Because it's all interesting, right?
right. So
Uh
my friend has a meditation, like the good meditation or the good response, where
mhm.
everything that happens, he just says good.
Yeah. Like that good. Yeah.
Right.
347. Who's the NYC person there?
Hey, Math and Science, Supreme, Manifest, Ali.
Math and science.
Math and Science, brother.
I thought it was one of these Brooklyn vampires calling me. I was gonna say, hey.
Normal life is not real. We are just cogs in the wheel. We work, we hurt, we search, we feel. Normal life is not real. We are just cogs in the wheel. We work, we hurt, we search, we feel. My name is
That one way you can probably like reflect on how to balance that need that Leo need for attention, but
Oh,
also think about how it corresponds with your desire for your loved ones as well. You know, people
Right.
around you, right? Because
Yeah, and I'm really protective. So I
hmm
think that can come from the Leo, right?
well, or Leo Cancer, the Cancer and Mercury. Because
Okay.
think about the Cancer is the crab with a
Yes,
shell.
yes,
It's
yes,
very
yes, yes.
nurturing, like the mother, and protective,
Yeah.
almost like a grandmother, grandfather. Yeah, but no, but the Leo is protective in a way. Like, think about Leo as the king, right? The king or the
Mm,
queen, and they're
mm,
protective of their subjects, right?
right. Yeah,
That's
I'm
what they're
really,
supposed to do.
really protective. And the thing with me is you don't want to fuck with me when it comes to me protecting the people that I love. Oh no.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
one
yeah.
of those things where you might get more offended when somebody offends one of your loved ones than they do with if they offend
With
you.
me, with myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
when it comes to me, it's like
yeah.
what, like I don't really fuss about petty shit. But when it comes to like my kids or like people that I love and hold dear to me, it's like, oh no, oh no, 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 no.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think we all need to be like that. We all need to be protective of those that we love.
Daydreams arise just because they connect a man with his complexes. At the same time, they threaten the concentration and continuity of his consciousness.
Of that I'm seeking the love of a father, where I have the only position that I can seek myself is to be in the submissive role. I know it sounds really fucking weird. But this is like something that I've been like diving into over the past my past life. Like a backstory. So I come with a very traumatic childhood where I didn't have a loving father.
Gonna sit around and wait for another man to tell him to opinions or a diversity of. This is a guy that's gonna sit around and wait for another man to tell him to bale cotton. This guy does not have any independent thought. Everything is a certain paradigm and nothing outside of that paradigm. I'm thinking for this man. I'm pointing him in all the right directions. He understands what the premise of the conversation was. He offers absolutely nothing to the conversation, even after the fact.
You don't cast your pearls to. This is the swine.
No,
Okay?
no, we give the table scraps to the dogs. We don't cast pearls to the swine. But we give table
Right.
scraps.
So mean. You're mean people. Are we not?
I would take your life to bring my dog back. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, Tommy killed his dog. By the way, that was a thing that happened.
Tommy shot his dog high on methamphetamines. Okay?
Hold
So
on.
don't fucking come over here and tell me I'm being mean to this fucking meth head.
I mean, I would have shot the dog too, though. That was the right thing to do.
Calm it down.
Yeah, I fucking killed my own dog as well. My dog drew her last breath with me. The fucking final moments that I had with my dog in the middle of the woods, I spent them with
Old
her.
Miller, that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking dog.
Look
Who gives a fuck? It's a
deranged
fucking
Truther
dog.
Cop looks. Can anybody else recognize?
I fucking, you better be able to pick it up. I'm telling you, about a year ago, my dog, my forehead. You want to see my forehead, motherfucker?
I'm joking, God.
That's a beautiful
Talk about
forehead.
your dog.
There's no wrinkles on that shit.
Talk about your dog. Now I feel like
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about my dog, motherfucker. I'm gonna talk about how my dog died in my arms.
God. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I don't wear my cat
I
wing.
love that you fucking, when I want to fucking come fuck you in the ass. I want to fucking say something. You bring up some fucking, oh, I had a puppy one time, and that puppy fucking ran along.
What?
Fuck that
Yeah,
shit.
like what are we
you want to
getting
fuck him
into?
in the ass? What?
TV, break cam.
Did I hear that correctly?
You know what the fuck I
fucking-
meant.
am I
You know what the fuck I meant. You've been doing it to Tommy. You do it to Steven. You do it to everybody, TB. They can come up here, clutch their pearls. Look at them. Look at them. You can do all that.
To be fair, though, like literally everybody has had a dog die in their arms. Like I remember even having that experience.
My cat died
in
from getting
junior
ran
high.
over in my
Wait, well, hold on, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. We're not just gonna just fly past what we just experienced.
Okay. What are we digging in on then?
EBT was very delicately clutching his pearls.
Yeah,
He was scared.
what are we drilling down on?
Motherfucker, what did you just say? What did you just say?
That dogs dying in people's arms is not uncommon?
No, that's not what he said.
Oh.
I missed it. What did he say?
Yeah,
What
we
did
all
he
missed
say?
it.
I missed it.
I mean, that was kind of what I was looking for as an answer to my problem, but that's not what happened.
I said some
So, like,
bullshit.
let's continue.
Can we get a playback? Can we get a playback?
No. Let's not rewind. You fucking, when I want to fucking come fuck you in the ass, I want to fucking say something. You bring up some fucking. Oh.
What qualities do Scorpios consider weak? That is an amazing question. I would say, and I think we spoke about this before, but I'll just reiterate. Number one, not being able to defend yourself. Oh my gosh. If I have to jump in to fight your battles, whether that's behind the scenes as well, like now I got to pay your bills because you can't keep up. Now I have to ward off all your enemies. Now I have to protect you from, people who dislike you, or you're so weak you cannot tell people no, and now I have to go and attack them for you behind the scenes, or I have to do so many things to keep people at bay because they know that you will give in. They know that you're a weak person. They know that you can't say no. They know that you'll be like, oh, okay. And I have to do little tricks behind the scenes to push them off. And this is a life story, huh?
Welcome to the most powerful, life-changing thing you have ever experienced in your life. This is going to be a crazy journey. It's so crazy, it will work. And that is what was needed since ever. From the beginning, I want to warn you. If you are a snowflake or someone who's too attached to a religion, worrying that some deity is going to punish you for truly being delusionally confident, then this is going to be a harsh journey for you. You will get triggered, but then you have to ask yourself, do you want to feel right, or do you want to have your dream life and absolutely move masses and change the destinies of millions of people? That is what we're all about.
I want to hear about the
Why
bud.
don't you make me, Daddy?
So NPC, what is it that brings you here? Like, what's your origin story as to how you found yourself in this algorithm?
Shit. I saw grids when I smoked it the first time, like a grid pattern everywhere.
The grids and the geometry appear before you.
Smoked it, and that's when I saw the grid pattern, and it would look like a drafting architect when you draft out the plans, and there was like grids everywhere, bro. There's like it went to infinity, and this, yeah, man, it was the trippiest thing I ever experienced until years later, because you can make your ayahuasca too. I mean, it's called ayahuasca. I made some at my house, and my trip lasted maybe about 3 or 4 hours, and I was seeing like how my mind seemed like it was like a computer, and there was files everywhere, and whatever I put my attention to, I could watch the computer apparatus.
Wait, I'm sorry. There was what everywhere? There were clouds everywhere?
No. It's a new files everywhere.
Oh, files, F-I-L-E. Okay, there was huge files everywhere, and it was like the computer was using like a robotic arm to retrieve whatever I put my attention to, and it would retrieve those files, and I would instantly be in that situation, that slice of life. And it was cool at first, but then I started to think about like shit that was troubling me in my waking life. Yeah.
Off top, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Damn.
I'm a great alien right here. Hey, this is a great alien spitting right here. Keep going.
Oh, well, we still recording. We're still recording the Wake Up channel. Today's about manifestation. Today's about wisdom. Today's about loving your neighbors and having a good time.
Hey, can we go in the hip hop room and like lose our fucking lower brain?
And being creative. And getting primal.
Our lower brain.
Our root chakra. Our penis. Our vagina. All that. Let's go. Come with me. Yes. Woo! Woo! Ain't been like this. Yes. You're about to do that. Want me to my thing? Want me my video? Want me my video? Want me my video? Where's your boyfriend at? Want to be in my video? That's what it's about. Done.
Man is, in the full sense of the term, a miniature universe. In him are all the matters of which the universe consists. The same forces, the same laws that govern the life of the universe, operate in him. Therefore, in studying man, we can study the whole world, just as in studying the world, we can study man. But a complete parallel between man and the world can only be drawn if we take man in the full sense of the word. That is, a man whose inherent powers are developed. An undeveloped man, a man who has not completed the course of his evolution, cannot be taken as a complete picture or plan of the universe. He is the very same laws manifesting themselves in different worlds, that is, under different conditions, produce different phenomena. The study of the relation of laws to the planes upon which they are manifested brings us to the study of relativity. The idea of relativity occupies a very important place in this teaching, and later on we shall return to it. But before anything else, it is necessary to understand the relativity of each being and of each manifestation according to the place it occupies in the cosmic order. We are on the earth, and we depend entirely upon the laws that are operating on the earth. The earth is a very bad place from the cosmic point of view. It is like the most remote part of northern Siberia, very far from everywhere. It is cold, life is very hard. Everything that in another place either comes by itself or is easily obtained, is here acquired only by hard labour. Everything must be fought for, both in life and in the work. In life it still happens sometimes that a man gets a legacy and afterwards lives without doing anything. But such a thing does not happen in the work. All are equal, and all are equally beggars.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Damn, my Penny, the catnip.
Yeah, Penny, there's some shit called catnip. I don't know if that's something Gabe's mom made up and she just put it in a plastic bag, but when they brought that shit out, this nigga went, like, you seen Smokey in the Birdcage when he was like, boom, boom, boom. That's how this nigga's cat was. Penny, catnip, nigga. Let me get some of that shit.